Morning. So good to see you today in this beautiful weather. We are living in the most compelling time of human history, and we are unprepared to live in this fast-moving, challenging world. Thus, it is imperative to explore our own inner capacity to transform ourselves and our world. In order to cultivate inner strength and inner potential, we need to develop confidence and self-reliance. And we can cultivate our infinite capacity within all of us and keep in touch with our essence. We call Buddha nature, symbolized here as Irwansa. Nowadays, we study essential dharmas for daily practice, and we learned how to maintain meditative concentration, samadhi, wisdom, compassion, 4 qualities to progress, and gratitude. And today we will focus on number 6. Cultivate confidence and self-reliance. It is a way to empower you to become the person you want to be. Sotaesan underscored that unless we are infant, unstable elderly, or ill, our aim is to develop self-reliance as a practice. So for the same message, Buddha said, quote, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path," end quote. So in this passage, Buddha emphasized the cultivation of self-reliance. And we need self-ability because we have to walk the path of awakening ourselves, because nobody can walk it and do it for you. So the real question is, how can we cultivate confidence and self-reliance? Foremost, the first step is that to understand ourselves as we are. We have to be bold and brave enough to know ourselves and to become our true self. In our journey of self-discovery, it is critical to have a self-awareness of self-image. In order to know ourselves, we need to pay attention to and spend more time to understand the condition and state of our minds, heart, and bodies. We need to be mindful for our thoughts, feelings, emotions, perceptions, sensations, and impulses in consciousness. So just be aware of all these mental activities within your mind. Many people spend a lot of time to know someone else or to know what's going on in the world, in the outer world. But how much do you spend time to understand the condition and to understand yourself and what's going on in your own mind? How much do you know about yourself? Do you know how you live your life and what you like and what you dislike? Do you know your strength and weakness? And is there anything in your life too much or too little? Do you have too much chattering thoughts in your mind? Or too little exercise for your body? And knowing the state of our mind and body is critical. It is good to know where we are, who we are, and what we are. In addition, when we spend enough time to meditate, and we begin to understand we have unlimited capacity within all of us. After understanding your condition and yourself, second step for self-reliance is to accept yourself as you are. Self-acceptance allows the new beginning of a self-healing. Make peace with ourselves and don't judge it. And don't compare with others because you are unique individual. It sounds simple, but many people dislike who they are, what they look. Many people dislike what they do and what they are. So disliking creates a larger problem and stress. If you resist, your problem persists. So be kind at this time and gentle to your mind, heart, and body. If you accept and embrace yourself as you are, then you have a key to open infinite possibilities. So what is your key? Your key is in your pocket? Or left home? Where is your key? Where is your key to open the door to your inner world? And open the door to your Buddha mind. Where is the key? What is the key? The key is practice. Through practice, we access this unlimited capacity and open door to the unlimited capacity within all of us. So when we learn how to practice mindfulness, we can practice it all aspects of our lives. When we learn how to meditate, we can practice meditative focus and awareness to whatever we do. And when we learn eating meditation, we can practice eating meditation whenever we eat. When we practice and learn walking meditation, whenever we walk, we practice this walking meditation. When you learn how to be in the present moment, for the present moment awareness, we can practice it whatever we do and wherever we are. So through practice, we can accept ourselves as we are, and also we understand through practice that we are much more than who we are now, much more capacity to become our future self. So after you know your condition, your state of mind, body, and heart, and now you accept it as you are. And third step for self-reliance is that to love yourself and cultivate self-reliance. Today we can begin loving ourselves just as we are, including good things and bad things. And we have to love ourselves both good time and bad time, both strength and limitation, because all of us are part of ourselves. Buddha reminded us for this teaching as following, quote, You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire world, deserve your love and affection. End quote. So how much do you love yourself? We have to love ourselves simply because we found the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha of this beautiful community and continue to practice it and continue coming this center. We can respect ourselves because we walk the path of awakening. There are many choices to do today, but you came here to walk the path of awakening. We can honor ourselves because we have our inborn wisdom, compassion, and inner peace and joy of our Buddha nature. We can celebrate ourselves because we have an inner capacity to tackle whatever comes in our lives. But many people look for the significant other to be happy. But real happiness comes from when you find the significant inner self. This significant inner self is your Buddha mind, your inner Buddha, waiting for you to tap into. This inner Buddha is divine self and divine nature and your true self. So we need to cultivate confidence and self-reliance to understand this and to end the dukkha, uneasiness, suffering, frustration, discomfort. And respecting your future self. Because your future self will be an awakened one, will become a full human being. Because if you stay in this path and never give up, never stop, if you continue to practice this one day you will become enlightened and become full human being. This is your future self, so respect your future self. Self-reliance is the key to experience our Buddha nature. And one day, there was a Zen teacher had a happy dog. And he loves to play with the teacher. And one day, the teacher invited his students who are troubled by the concept and teachings of Buddhism to join him. So the teacher said to his student, "You must understand that words are only guideposts. Never let the word or symbol get in the way of truth. Here, I will show you." So with that, the teacher called his happy dog. He threw a stick, and the dog looked at the stick and bring it back to the master, and play and happy with that. And teacher said to his dog, "Bring me the moon," and pointing the moon. And the teacher asked his student, "Where was my dog looking?" And student said, "He was looking at your finger." The teacher said, "Exactly. Don't be like my dog. Don't confuse the pointing finger with the moon. All our Buddhist words and teachings are only guideposts." So like in this story, when we point fingers to the moon to see the real moon over there, but people see this pointing finger instead of the real moon. The real moon is a symbol of a Buddha nature here. So your inner Buddha is not look like you. Your inner Buddha is look like this. Round, perfect, beautiful, inclusive, impartial. Through this practice, we find our own truth of our inner Buddha. And through self-reliance, we tap into our essential self. And we can change our destiny. And we can change the way we are on earth and become who we want to be. So the critical question is, who is the creator? Who is your creator? Who created you? Sote-san said, quote, your creator is in fact yourself. My creator is in fact myself. And all living beings, creator are their own self. So all living beings are in fact their own creators. End quote. So this teaching highlights that we are creating and recreating ourselves every day. We are shaping and reshaping ourselves with our practice. We can grow and create our true self and future reality. So in order to create our future self, we need self-discipline and self-motivation to continue in our practice, to meditate regularly every morning, to reflect regularly in the evening, to cultivate wisdom every day. So we need to continue to practice all this Buddha Dharma. In this way, we can build a new habit of confidence and self-reliance. And then we can develop a self-sufficiency spiritually, physically, and materially. So all these aspects, we need to incorporate that. So the ultimate self-reliance is experiencing awakening. Final self-reliance is to become Buddha, become an enlightened one, and actualize Buddhahood. So constant practice of self-reliance and with confidence leads you to this awakening. With this awakening, we change our perspective totally. Now, it's the most beautiful time to live. And here is the most beautiful place to be. And every day is so precious and new beginning, as if you are born again and see this beautiful world and beautiful things you can do as if you are seeing the first time. So now it is up to you to develop this inner capacity. It is up to you to choose how to live for the rest of your life. It's up to you to cultivate inner strength and capacity to tackle all the difficulties and hardships in our lives. However, in order to cultivate and develop self-reliance and confidence, we need a community. We are in it all together for this path of awakening. We need to practice together. We need to grow together to transform ourselves and transform our world. We need each other to inspire and to encourage each other to sustain our practice. We need each other to help to develop this self-reliance. So in short, understand who you are and accept as you are, and love yourself as you are, and cultivate self-reliance. And through constant practice, you will experience awakening and end uneasiness and suffering, and transform yourself and your world. In this way, you can expand this unconditional love and compassion for all around you and for the entire world. So keeping practice, knowing this unlimited capacity within all of us, and through consistent practice of this self-reliance, you experience it yourself. This is the key for the coming weeks and months to really actualize all this Buddha Dharma we learned and practice what we know now in our mind, in our body, and in our heart. Thank you.